Good afternoon. I'm Commissioner Jessica Tisch. I am joined today by Chief of Department John Schell, Assistant Chief Frank Giordano from Patrol Bureau Brooklyn South, and Deputy Chief Rohan Griffith from our Force Investigation Division. A horrific scene this morning inside a Bensonhurst home in the 6-2 precinct, and a family devastated by unspeakable violence. The information I'm about to provide is preliminary, and it is, of course, subject to change. At approximately 10:15 this morning, a heartbreaking call came into 911 for an assault in progress. The 11-year-old caller stated that she and her siblings had been stabbed by her uncle. She did not know her address. Quick-thinking police communications technicians at the 911 call center used the technology at their disposal to get an address from the location of the phone that the child was using. Based on that information, officers responded to 1671 84th Street in the confines of the 6-2 precinct. When officers and EMS arrived, they were let into the first floor by an uninjured child and led into a small vestibule facing 2 more doors. At that point, they heard screams coming from behind the door to their left and immediately began forcing their way into the apartment, kicking down the door. Once they entered, they encountered a man standing near the entrance holding a large meat cleaver covered in blood, and they could see blood on the floor and the walls of the home. The officers ordered the man to drop the weapon several times. He refused and advanced towards them. 2 officers discharged their firearms, firing 7 total rounds between them and striking the subject, ending the threat. This encounter is captured on body-worn camera video. Inside the apartment, officers found 4 female victims aged 16, 13, 11, and 8. All had serious slash and stab wounds, and responding officers and EMS provided emergency medical care on scene before the victims were removed to Maimonides Hospital. At this time, all 4 children, thank God, are expected to survive, but this could have ended very differently. Officers and EMS arrived at the door within minutes of receiving the 911 call. Their fast, decisive action, pinpointing the location and taking down the door, absolutely saved the lives of these young girls, and I was proud to tell them as much. Seconds matter in these situations, especially when dealing with multiple stab wounds, and our officers did not hesitate for a moment. I also want to speak of the heroics of the children involved. The 11-year-old 911 caller, who herself was a victim, hid in a room to call the police, and a young, uninjured boy ran in to alert a neighbor. Our cops were removed to Lutheran Hospital for evaluation, and I visited them there a few moments ago to check on them and to personally thank them. I am happy to report that they are going to be fine. Here's what we know about the perp at this time. His name is Lun Chang Chen, 49 years old. His exact relationship to the victims is under investigation, but we believe that he is a relative. He was also treated on scene and transported to Maimonides Hospital in critical condition. 2 knives were recovered, 1 large cleaver in Mr. Chen's possession, and another bloody knife was found in another room. Obviously, the motive behind this horrific attack is still under investigation, and we will provide more information when we have it. According to family members, though, Chen does have a history of mental illness. And we can tell you that there seems to be no prior DV history at this location. But here is the bottom line. Right now, we have 4 children who are still alive because of the quick thinking and decisive action of your NYPD officers and EMTs. I want to thank and commend all involved: responding officers, EMS, the 911 call center personnel, hospital staff, and everyone who worked together to save these girls' lives. These are true heroes, and they did an exceptional job today. We are now happy to take any questions you might have.
All right, folks, we have time for a few on-topic questions. Eli, Mark, take the floor.
You just mentioned that there's some type of mental illnesses amongst the perpetrator. Has
Right now, there is no history at this home through NYPD of any instance whatsoever. And the information the commissioners provided was provided to us from the family just now.
We go to Dean Moses, New York.
Was he lived at this location? If he wasn't, do you know why he came to this location?
It appears he lived here. As to the motive as to why this happened, other than mental illness, we don't know. Our Force Investigation Division will be going through this in the next couple hours to figure this out in the next couple of days, for that matter.
We're going to go to 1010 West Monterey.
How many other people were living in the house at the time?
Right now, we don't know in totality, but we know there was 5 children in there, 4 hurt, and a young man who so bravely went to the neighbors to alert the neighbors to call us, and also that 11-year-old who went to that room and made that call. Quite heroic on their behalf.
So just for clarification, 5 children and the attacker.
5 children, 4 hurt. One's a young man, went to the neighbors, and the attacker. You're correct.
Any other questions?
One of
Any
the
other
people,
questions? We're going to go to Kevin Sheehan here.
was one of the people that was attacked a babysitter as far as we know?
We're going to work through that as to exactly who is who in that apartment.
Any other? We're going to go to WNBC.
We were the parents of the kids?
Well, this might be the father of some of them or the uncle. Again, we're going to work through that, and we believe the mother was out of the house.
All right, folks, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you.